Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to be testing the GTX 780 as you can see, and my boy Bladlols just joined over here, boys, so we should be able to win this one. This is one of my favorite GPUs in the channel here because, well, I'll talk about it a little bit after I make the intro actually. Yeah, as you can see here, this is the GTX 780 Asus DirectCU 2, so it comes a little bit overclocked out of the box. I didn't overclock it further, as you can see here, and yeah, it runs at 1019 core clock in the GPU over here, and well, we're running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X, 16 gigs of RAM. You guys should be able to get the same FPS with like an overclocked 4th gen i5 or 8 gigs of RAM in dual channel as well, something like that. Ryzen 3 1200 overclocked as well should deliver the same FPS as we're about to see in this one, and of course anything better than that will also deliver the same FPS. So 1080p, low settings, competitive settings, medium with no shadows, high with no shadows, and epic with no shadows is what we're going to be testing here today as usual. Let's go, let's get into it. Right, here we go, my boys and gals. We are back into it in the battle buzz again, ready to get some frags down there, you know, and win the game with our boy Bladlols, of course. We're still at 1080p low settings. Let's go, let's jump and go to the Weeping Woods over here because it's the most demanding area of the map, as I always say here in these videos. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself too much, but you know, there's a lot of people that are new to the channel, so I gotta introduce them to our ways of doing stuffs, you know. So as you can see, while dropping here, we are above 150 FPS over here. Pretty damn good stuff coming from the GTX 780 here at 1080p. Still definitely a beast for this game. You know, games like Apex Legends or newer games with new engines and stuff don't run as well in the old Kepler beast, the GTX 780, of course. Kepler is the architecture of this GPU. But Fortnite, PUBG games using older engines. This one is the Unreal Engine, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, like I'm getting like a brain freeze. I don't remember the name of the engine, but I think it's the Unreal Engine over here in Fortnite. I'll correct myself in the like video if I'm wrong. But yeah, here in this one, the GTX 780 actually gets really good performance. As you can see here, we're around 200 FPS. And well, this is very smooth. You can actually run a 165 Hz monitor, 144 Hz monitor, even a 240 Hz monitor should be very smooth here with this graphics card. Of course, you aren't going to be getting a 200 FPS all of the time. Come on, can I get that bot, please? Yes, okay. Jesus, that took a while. But yeah, you won't be getting 240 FPS all of the time here with the 780, but even if you do get like around the 200 FPS sometimes, and remember, we are in the most demanding area of the map. If you get out of these woods over here, you will be seeing like around 10, 15, 20 more FPS depending on the area of the map. But yeah, as you can see, sometimes we even reach 230s here, so a 240 Hz monitor is still okay for this card. That's another bot over here. Thank God it's another bot, by the way. If it wasn't, I would be dead because I didn't really notice the guy from far away. But yeah, that's low settings over here. Very smooth, as you can see. 144 Hz monitors with this one is completely playable, and you guys should have a blast playing Fortnite here with this GPU. So here, competitive settings, we should see our FPS dropping by like 10 at most, you know. It's not a big difference coming from low settings to competitive settings. It's just the view distance on Epic, you know. So that actually hits a little bit more the CPU than the GPU, but you guys can expect like a 10-15 FPS drop at most here coming down from low settings. So still very smooth, still above 144 FPS all of the time. So if you have that high refresh rate monitor, which is like more adequate for this GPU, if you guys do play like CSGO, Overwatch, Fortnite, stuff like that, this GPU is perfectly fine to play on like low settings, 144 plus FPS all of the time. The only bad thing about this GPU is actually the power consumption, because This is a 250 watt card. It really consumes a lot of power here, and I don't really recommend it for that reason. You can actually get it for cheap nowadays. When it released, it was $650. Nowadays you can find it for like around 60, I guess. I paid 65 euros for mine here. The Portugal's used market is not very good as well, so I guess 65 was a good deal in Portugal. At least I can't really find GTX 780s at that price anymore over here, so I would say that's a good deal. If you can grab it for like 40 maybe, yeah, that's probably worth it, but I wouldn't really pay more than like 50 bucks for it. Let's go to medium settings right now, as you can see. So medium settings now introduces some shadows into our graphics and some like noticeable-ish anti-aliasing. It actually makes things a lot blurry, you know. I don't really like the anti-aliasing here in this one, and the shadows, I don't really like the shadows as well. As you can see, the draw distance from the shadows is pretty small, and you can actually notice them just rendering in whenever you are walking. So yeah, but still, look at those FPS. Really good FPS still here on medium settings with shadows enabled. Very smooth. If you have like one of those old school 23.6 inch monitors that are 120 hertz, that I got one for my friend actually recently, like 3 months ago or so. Yeah, those can actually be found for pretty cheap in the used market, and I do recommend those actually, because it's a hell of a better experience running games on a 120 hertz monitor instead of a 60 hertz monitor. So if possible, go look for one of those. They are really cheap. If you have a 60 hertz monitor, it's definitely a very good upgrade, even if your GPU can't run the games at 120 FPS all of the time. Even if you get like 80 to 100 FPS average here in Fortnite, for example, it will still be a way smoother experience than 60 Hz, and I feel like it's definitely a worthy upgrade. So, okay, 780 here. Medium settings, still very good, very strong performance here. This actually sits between the GTX 1050 Ti and the RX 570 in performance. You know, it's not as fast as the 570, but it's definitely better than the 1050 Ti. In Fortnite, you know, there's always an asterisk right there, because this GPU in newer games, it will absolutely be demolished by the new engines and stuff, as you could see, for example, in the Ghost Recon Breakpoint video, the Apex Legends video. Even like a GTX 950 does similarly to this in Apex Legends, and of course that card only released like 2 years after the GTX 780, so it's like coming from a GTX 1080 to a GTX 1650, you know. Yeah, the 1080 is still way faster than the 1650. And well, let's just drop the shadows. We've been seeing medium settings for way too long now. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on here with the 780 and the older architecture. So, well, guys, as you can see, dropping the shadows gives us a boost of like around 10 FPS. Not too much, you know, and it makes the game look a little bit less eye candy, I would say. It looks a little bit worse, to be honest, because, well, the shadows actually make a huge difference in this one, but I don't really think that medium shadows are worth it to the eye, at least, because it really doesn't look too good, you know, because of the render distance of them. So yeah, dropping shadows over here puts us still, I will still play at like low settings here, to be honest. Oh my god, they spotted me probably already, you know? Yeah, that guy has a sniper rifle, so be careful, blood holes. I'm gonna save you, my friend, you know? I'm sorry I wasn't here for you, but I will be, okay? I'm here for you now, guy. Oh my god, I almost, okay. Where is the other guy? Please come on, come over here, boys. Where are you? Oh, no, missed. Oh my god, I think we're gonna die. Yes, guys. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one. Alright, guys, we're back here in the battle bus. Now, Tahaster actually joined our squad over here, so now we're playing squads. Let's go there again, of course, as always. And we are playing now at high settings, because we've seen that medium settings without shadows was pretty similar to medium settings with shadows. Okay, yeah, shadows. Shadows is like shadows and settings at the same time. I should like register that word or something. That's a good idea. It will be useful here in these videos. By the way, guys, you might be wondering why this is one of my favorite GPUs, because I don't really recommend it. It consumes a ton of power, and well, it's not really a good deal if you ask me. Even if you find it for like 50 bucks. But it's my favorite anyways, because first of all I like the look of it, and second of all it actually was released back when I joined PC gaming like for real, without playing on laptops, you know. I built my computer for the first time back then, and it was the most powerful GPU available at the time, and well, I was just dreaming of having that GTX 780 back then in 2013, yes, to play Battlefield 4 for example, and Battlefield 3. This was like the top of the line. It was like the GTX 1080 when it came out, you know. So yeah, everybody wanted one, I think. I'm not really sure. I did want one, and my friends did want one as well. So yeah, it was really expensive at 660 bucks. Here in Portugal it was even more expensive than that. I don't remember the price of it or anything. I'm sorry about that, because yeah, but it was $650 when it released. As you can see now, guys, we've been running around. I'm just telling you a story of my life over here almost. And yeah, we have been seeing though very good FPS here on high settings, still above 60 FPS with those shadows enabled, so that's not an easy thing to do, you know. And this is a 7-year-old GPU still hanging in there in this game very well. If you have a 60Hz monitor with a GTX 780, you can still play this game perfectly fine here at above 60 FPS all of the time, because of course this is the most demanding area of the map. So yeah, it just marks an era when I joined PC gaming like for real, and started getting really into graphics cards and stuff like that. So that's why I love this GTX 780 so much, and I actually got it a few months ago. I posted a picture of it in Instagram like I always do when I buy new GPUs. So if you guys don't follow the page yet, go ahead and check the description down below. I put everything there, the links to social media and stuff. So yeah, I've actually not been posting much on my Instagram right now because I haven't been buying used GPUs too often. But next month I should be able to do it, you know. I really think I will. So you know what? High settings here, perfect performance above 60 FPS all of the time. And let's drop the shadows here. And of course it puts us above 100 FPS. That's the massive performance hog that shadows are in this game. As you can see, really good performance now. Even if you have like a 120 Hz monitor like we were talking about earlier in the video, you can run the GTX 780 without a problem here. And maybe you do have like a very old system that you bought or built in this era, like with the GTX 780 and one of those 120 Hz monitors, which were pretty popular back then, you know. You can still run Fortnite and PUBG, for example. I actually tested PUBG in another video, season 4 of PUBG. Go check that out in the description. Not in the description, but in the playlist that is in the description, you know. I didn't talk in that video because, well, I used to not talk in my videos, but yeah, I think these are a much better and engaging like way of making videos, and I like it a lot more, you know. 120 FPS over here, like we get like 110, 120, by the way. And it's nighttime, I know, but it gets pretty much the same FPS as daytime, as we're about to see right now. Nothing really changed over here. As you can see, we're still getting like 110 to 120 FPS. Really smooth, still high settings without shadows, no problems whatsoever playing like this. I'm gonna do epic settings now, and now we should be pushing the limits here of the GTX 780. As you can see, guys, we are now in the mid 40s to like yeah, low 40s actually right now. So I was really like kind of expecting it to run at like 50 FPS at least, but so far it looks like we are almost always below 60 FPS, which is still not bad, you know. But I don't feel that the visual quality increase from high settings to epic settings is justified, you know. I'd much rather play on high settings. It's still a very visual quality experience, you know. So yeah, I will definitely play on high settings instead of Epic in this one. It still looks amazing, of course, by the way, here on Epic. But well, as you can see, we are hovering around 45 to 50 FPS most of the time here, and I'm gonna go there and go up there and change the settings here, drop the shadows, which should put us above. Actually, we're not gonna go there because Bladolz needs our help over here, boys. So I'm gonna drop the shadows over here from the equation. As you can see, Epic settings without shadows puts us just below 100 FPS here in the most demanding area. Still a very good, very smooth experience coming from the GTX 780. What the heck? The circle is no, it's not coming, it just stopped. Okay, alright, 100 down. I think that's a bot. It needs to be a bot, right? Yeah, they always put that little thing in front of them like this. Alright, let's try to get him there, but he's walking like a bot, so maybe he is a bot. Can we get him with the sniper rifle? I think we can. Yes, nice. Okay, we got Elderfly. What a very interesting name, Elderfly. So our team is doing great over here, guys. 5 guys. We already got 5 guys, like the hamburger restaurant. God damn, I always make this joke. God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I know this joke sucks, but it's funny to me, okay? So don't judge. By the way, as you can see, the temperatures on these cards are 68 degrees under full load. We have been playing for a while now, of course. Pretty decent temperatures as well. So yeah, I would say for a 250 watt graphics card, the cooler is doing a pretty damn good job in this one. And I put the fan speed manually to 65% instead of leaving it at auto, because as you can see, the temperatures are very, very good, and the card is actually almost silent. I am taking off my headphones right now and it is almost silent. Okay, it's really, really good. Thank you very much. That's the other guy that's not in the party, by the way. You know what, the heck with this. I'm feeling confident in this one, my friends. We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. 200 FPS, GTX 780, one of my favorite cards. No, don't start building stuff, my dude. No. Okay, we got him. All right, this one is done for. Oh, there are 3 guys over here. God damn it. Where's Bladolz? Bladolz is the last one standing, and he lost. But that was a pretty good effort here from my team. I'm sorry, I put them in that position. You know, I should have pushed them there, but you know, the video is taking too long, by the way. So yeah, just how things go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one, of course. I think I already said that. So I love you all. Bye bye.